The way I see it is they pick this hero against the Beastmaster. And I wish I had more to say about this Bristleback, but normally it's like unkillable, looks great, or it's killable. It doesn't look good.
We're just getting run down.
A lot of bristle. Well, not. Well, I've seen 2 Bristlebacks notably.
Yep.
Navi picked it. V-Tune had a really good Bristleback game where they played against like a Huskar and stuff, and he would just get like one shot by the ult.
Yeah.
And it looked really bad, but they came back because they were able to like kite and play around the Huskar in the end. And then Liquid played it earlier today, I think, against was it Tundra? And they had like a Visage and all this stuff, like the summons. So the Bristle looks really good into that. I think they won that game pretty hard. Maybe.
Yeah, that Bristleback game that you're talking about for Navi was into Bet Boom, and Bet Boom had a beast on that lineup as well. So
yeah.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
do Dawn's
Alchemist is like a natural silver edge carrier, so he could,
10 seconds
if he gets farmed enough, can kill. But that's just the name of Alchemist. Like, if he can get a certain amount of farm, he can kill heroes. If TeamSpirit have good lanes and shut down his farm, the hero won't really come online at any point. Looks like Weaver is going to be position 4. Definitely not going to be a core unless they're doing something crazy and they're putting AUC support. But
Alc mid.
Hey,
yeah,
yo.
I don't think so.
Is it?
Are you
even
used to something crazy?
Yeah, I mean, they
Yeah.
could.
I'm guessing what they're doing here
That's
is
too
just
crazy, though.
like going really hard into minus armor with between the bugs. Well, not really hard into minus armor, but they're giving minus armor. You're gonna have an out carry playing with the minus armor of bugs, playing with aura on Beastmaster. You're gonna be able to take Roche really easily with these heroes together. I think they're just trying to run fast with it. Also, your Weaver can like stack your ancients for you. If they put that as pos 4.
I mean, yeah, the Weaver pick I get to. They're also, the supports don't have a way to stun him, so.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeus is deceptively strong versus Weaver. I play a lot of Weaver, but you know the true sight the bolt gives you and the amount of burst damage he has is quite annoying for Weaver. But Warlock is a sitting duck. He doesn't do anything to Weaver. So I guess the goal of this Weaver is he's just going to get on top of the Warlock and try to force him to maybe drop his rock a little earlier than he wants to.
I like the Weaver pick a lot. But now, they gotta pick something to deal with Bristleback. What are they gonna do? They need a mid?
You would
Or
think
not
so.
playing?
Most likely.
Oh, I
no.
imagine it's probably
No,
just
no,
a
sorry.
mid.
Just a mid.
A Viper's obvious one, but that one's banned.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
They should just run the mid Shadow
Bat's
Demon.
banned. That's good
5
too.
I'm
seconds
telling you.
remaining.
What? Sorry.
Mid Shadow Demon. It's so hard for Bristleback to play into a Shadow Demon with farm because you get broken.
Okay.
And
I
then
mean,
just-
it could work.
yeah, and like the oh damn Necro. That's fair too. That's yeah. You just scythe him at half health or whatever, and he dies.
Yeah,
That's
percentage
the other
based
option,
damage.
you know.
Yeah.
Becomes immune to the quills as well with this Ghost Shroud. Hard to burst this game. I say it's hard to burst this game, but I'm curious if Toronto Tokyo is going to be playing Zeus mid now that he sees this.
Is that a good matchup? Is that something that you'd like them to potentially pick up?
Yeah, heavy magic damage. Great.
Okay.
I mean, what else would Puck he loves, but it's banned.
So
Oh,
would it
that's
be
gone.
another support that they would be looking to pick up if Zeus was going mid?
Yes.
Mhm.
Enchantress.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But they could still put Tiny on 4 and run the Bristle as a carry and pick a off lane. I always like seeing Collapse with like a late pick off lane because he's so good.
I have a feeling he's going to play this Bristle. I don't know why, but it's hard to say because like this Bristle can be played as a carry. This Tiny can be played mid or support.
Yep.
They have like a lot of flexibility in their drafter. So it really just comes down between the players themselves deciding which lanes they want to go. And it's like we could speculate all we want, but it's impossible to know like what they're thinking here.
They should just pick off lane Faceless Void. I'm such a fan.
Certainly
the time
not.
dilation is actually just so good against Necro. And
She sees it once,
damn
and that's
it.
all she wants.
All right, we got the Collapse Axe. I'm a fan. I'm a
So
fan.
Tiny looks like it'll be support then.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring in outcasters Ares and lizZard. Ask them, are you surprised by TeamSpirit's lineup, or do you really like what they've done for their laning phase Ares?
I'm intrigued. We haven't really seen the axe. I mean, it is something that Eastern Europe really like to pick back in like 2-1 and mainly 2-1, but 2-2 as well. So it's a hero we really haven't seen for quite some time, but it's also collapsed on it. So he's incredible on this hero.
Which way are you leaning, lizZard, with these two drafts?
Yeah, it's easy. TSpirit. Bristleback in CIS for me. The hero isn't like teams are not playing him enough. This hero as a carry, I think, has huge potential. Isn't really that explored in the meta, at least not in the games that I've been casting and following. But I think that there's even against the Necro, the potential is sky high.
Are you in favor of Spirit's potential or Rune Eater's potential in the Catchia?
I think Spirit has the overall better draft here. TA Alc seems a little hard to pull off.
I like Rune's draft.
Really?
Just to be controversial.
No
I like
reason?
I see a lot of ideas in the draft, you know. I like that they can do their objectives really fast. You know, I like it. I like it.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's a mid Alc, never mind.
You have me convinced. I'm looking forward to seeing it play out. But Aries and lizZard, game number 1 with you guys between Rune Eaters and TSpirit.
Thank you very much, Nat. Yeah, here we go, lizZard. It's going to be a exciting matchup. Spirit currently 2-0, and for the lads on Rune Eaters, they are 1-2. Their only series victory so far has been against Mind Games. Of course, it's going to be a difficult opponent against the reigning TI champions. We really have an Eastern Europe draft as well, a little bit out of one side, the other side. Like you said, the Bristleback maybe something that's a little bit undervalued at the moment. We actually did even see Liquid run it, I think, a day ago versus Tundra. Martu had an exceptional game on it, and you're under the opinion that this Bristleback is incredibly strong, so is this a game he can just take over?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good game. They have a couple of things against him, like the Necro that they drafted, obviously, but it's such a Slavic draft, you know? Like, look at this. Bristleback, axe, tiny, yeah, let's go. Full Davai, you know, there is no brake pedal here. It's just full on gas, full on forward. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
30 seconds to
Obviously,
battle.
Rune Eaters do have some things that are nice for them. This Alchemist, the last couple of games that I have watched him on the carry, it's like teams forgot how to play against him, right? Like it truly feels that way. Oh, we are not invading the jungle, we're not really doing anything. Oh, there's an Alchemist with BKBAC, Battle Fury, Blink. Never mind, we lost.
The
It's always
battle
a bit of a
begins.
concern how you're going to be able to enter the jungle. Do you feel like Spirit as actually was it Toronto Tokyo take a lot of damage? He's going to be forced to sculpt the Heavenly Jump to start, so this is a big victory in regards to Rune Eaters.
That's quite huge. He's playing into an Alchemist. He should be able to secure some of these last hits. Like, you wouldn't tell, but Zeus has a pretty decent right click early on, so...
I think one thing to quickly mention is the fact that Spirit, they did get all 4 bounties, so kind of poggers for the lads on Dire. Of course, we didn't haze, he just leveled up the Greevil's Greed regardless, but... Are you intrigued about this? Because I've seen a lot of alchemists
Of course
go
I am.
Yeah, okay.
I just noticed, by the runes, by the way, not by the Greevil's Greed. Greevil's Greed, whatever. 4 runes, this game is over. Come on.
Oh no.
Go next.
Oh no. Oh, that's no good at all. Alright, we'll see how these lanes are shaping up. Toronto Tokyo starting fine for the moment. I mean, the Alchemist off to a good start, but meanwhile, bottom lane Mirror on the Tiny. It's going to be on the pulling shenanigans here. They feel like it's going to be a difficult time to be able to lean into the Necrophos. Do you like kind of what they've done on Rune Eaters, giving the Necro to TA2000 and putting it as a carry?
Oh, you had to. Like, you actually had to do something about these lanes. Or else you'd lose pretty much every single one, so... Putting the Necro down
Radiant's
bottom
courier has been killed.
makes a ton of sense. You're very strong into an axe. Meanwhile, on mid lane, you won't really be doing a lot versus Zeus. And vice versa with the Alchemist.
And it looks like this top lane for Rune Eaters is not going to be a fun time at all. I wonder if they start to consider playing off the back of just pulling the wave. I guess it's might be a bit too late now. In fact, Arrow's actually going to start to consider that. Blocks up the small camp, so hopefully we'll be able to help out with the creep equilibrium. Of course, naturally with the Bristleback, you are going to shove that lane in, so if they can hold the creeps on this side, then maybe Cloud can get a couple more last hits than what he would be expecting into the bristleback.
Naturally, you're pushing in, spamming. This is the best hero to play, right? Bristleback. Especially when you get that Aghanim Scepter, which is queuing up already, by the way. Just spam QW, 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 Q. You like it? Do you play it?
Yeah, no, I do not play the bristleback, but you just bottom mash, that's it. You can hear if the keyboards are clicking loud enough, you can definitely hear. It's like when the phase boots, some people just, even when it's still on cooldown, they'll keep spamming it. I don't know why.
Hey, wait, I do that.
Well, it makes no sense to me.
But how do you know if it's on cooldown if you don't spam it every single second?
Vaposhka top lane? It's gonna be okay. Has some stick charges to play with. So he's able to step back to the tower. You see... Yeah, Cloud, he's spamming his axes whenever he can. It's going to be another game where the Beastmaster going without the boars. I think it's definitely a lane where you kind of can't skill up the boars. As with the Fatal Bonds, though, a lot of damage early on. They might be in trouble. They can chase down Cloud. Weaver's incredibly low as well, but with the Quills stacking up, Yatoro secures first blood for TSpirit.
Bottom lane, Tiny, Mira dropping real low. Another one.
Here we go.
Damn! Ares, we're on fire. We're definitely controlling the camera as well, right? Not missing any kills.
Collapse. A little bit of damage on Kaori, nothing crazy. What are you... Hang on, there's still Kaori. Oh no, he's off the mark. We'll be able to rebound away. Is this... How is this lane setup going to be? Is actually Collapse is going back in because Mira... Trying to get the combination out.
Can he toss?
They can find the toss, but they don't really have any creeps to collapse to find the spins, and it will not matter. A kill is secured. Mira's going to find it. Meanwhile, at the top side, we did see the Weaver go down as well, so 3 kills picked up for TSpirit early.
Are you saying that we missed a kill?
No, we didn't miss it. No.
We didn't. Yeah, of course, because we're
Of course, we don't miss anything.
Yeah. We're so good. If we missed it, it's definitely on production, not on us. But
Oh, hang on now.
bottom lane Mira again.
Mira, just keep you back out of this lane, but it's like he's going to be okay. So, do Rune Eaters have the heroes to be able to stop Collapse from just getting all the farm he would ever want from pulling the creeps to the jungle? Or maybe they're able to do so with the Necro and the Marcy stepping in. But again, Mira with the burst potential showing that they're not really able to fight Collapse at this stage, especially with the Vanguard already completed. And Mira's still going to chuck the combination out. Tier 2000 playing with fire. Get a little bit more damage. I don't think the Battle Hunger is going to be enough, but Mira's got the combo, the toss, thanks to the use of the mango. He's going to look to deny himself before Kaori TP's back in. Cuts to the left and... Mira, he's going to be able to get out. No way.
They're living with 1% HP. Collapse was farming the next creep wave with 25 HP, by the way. That's all he had. And now he's... Obviously, Vanguard is completed. He has that Ring of Region. In all seriousness, this is a little bit of an outplay from TSpirit, obviously, right? The lane should not go this poorly, and he will apparently, commit seppuku.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he ends his own life in order to get that mana and TP back in the lane.
But what did you say?
What?
There was a word. I don't know. You said a word. Never heard it.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Wait, what?
No, no.
Seppuku?
No, I didn't say that. What you're talking about?
Okay. All right. Never mind. I'm dreaming about things here.
Okay, you know, being serious here.
Yeah, we're being serious. Toronto, Tokyo. We're gonna jump on the Haze. Mira once again stepping in, but Marcy's doing a pretty good job to battle onto the Zeus, especially standing inside the acid spray. So it's a big kill for Haze to be able to secure. It's one that gets the bounty for it. I don't know if they can get Mira as well. Meanwhile, top lane Cloud getting chased down. Look how aggressive Yatoro is playing at this stage. Already another Vanguard as well. So there's nothing Cloud can do against the onslaught that the Bristleback is trying to put out. But still got some on charges.
I just love how Poshka is sitting next to the secret shop. He's like, you got this. Go.
Oh, bottom lane. Hang on. Collapse. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. They still don't have the ultimate from TA2000, but with the damage coming through, thanks to the Death Pulse and the extra hero and arrow, they will finally be able to get rid of Collapse.
Man, I missed this. I missed this so much. This is totally my style of Dota. Just Everyone
Just
diving
kill,
each
kill.
other. It's just pure kills. Who needs to analyze what rotation is good and what is bad? Who needs to think about like what the proper way to stop the alchemist is? Just go get kills.
Dire's
24/7.
bottom tower is under
Just
attack.
fight.
Have they been able to make any stacks? I guess that's a bit of an issue though with all the action that. Yeah, how can you? There you go. We've so much action, and look at this though from Mira. Like this is a really nice play. Just moves over, or it might even get a solo kill. Hang on, Mira. Gonna need a couple more right clicks afterwards.
There's a
Doesn't
wall,
have
right?
the movement speed advantage, and yeah, the one from Cloud
Radiant's
keep
top
him
tower is
healthy
under
enough.
Yeah. Okay, so I think TeamSpirit will collapse back into their side, as I forgot the right word. Move back, no pun intended, to get that dagger, get a couple of items, then fight off afterwards. Mid lane.
On Toronto Tokyo. Great position from Aposhka though, but TA2000 as well is looking to enter the river. First Scythe youth of the game is able to secure a big kill onto the Zeus. And Rune, they're able to protect the rest of their friends as well, so just... That's a really good involvement from them, everyone getting active early. You wouldn't kind of expect the Necrophos to make that rotation, but TO2000 feeling the importance.
Nice build from him as well, getting that small little cloak early on, rotating in, dealing with Zeus. This is what they need to be doing. They need to be pressuring so that they are not pressured, so that the alchemist can find as much farm as possible. As lanes have definitely went in TeamSpirit's favor overall. How do you feel about the Warlock, by the way? Tell me.
I think with the lineup they have though, it's going to be... Well, hold that thought. They're trying on collapse. It's not an easy kill. Okay, we can speak about the Warlock. I think Fatal Bonds is nutty this game with the Zeus, with the Bristleback, also just Shadow Word in general, where you've got really survivable heroes, and I think if Rune Eaters don't burst them down, I mean we see again double Vanguard, one on the Axe, one on the Bristleback. So I think it's a hero that's going to continue to rise in popularity. We're seeing it kind of through a lot of regions, just putting the importance on the Shadow Word, especially in the lane and the Ag Shard as well. So yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of the Warlock.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I was hoping you were gonna disagree and I'd be like, yes, shut up, you Oz. I'll explain it to you. But everything you said is completely true. Warlock is... Like, the moment healing salves got nerfed, it was just a matter of time before all these healing heroes popped out of the...
Bottom lane, collapse. They got Scythe up in 10. They just need to make sure they have a way to cancel a TP out.
And not to
Mira's
die
gonna
as well.
enter as well. Hang on a second. Yeah, not to die. On top of a couple of creeps, they're able to Delta split, but the damage coming through from the Thunder God's Wrath as well. The Scythe shouldn't be enough to get rid of the collapse for the moment, but they're going to rely on the damage afterwards. Even if Toro rotating down to bottom, I don't know if they feel safe with diving onto the T2 tower. They're going to be cautious down the cliff as well. Multi-shot, but look at them just crumble under the damage. This stacks coming out. Oh, Mira.
He should
be able to catch
dead.
up.
Yeah. Let's see.
Deny.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Pogo
under
to the
attack.
tower.
Almost. Oh, actually, okay,
Hey,
Avalanche.
TB.
Top tower is under attack.
He needs to do it right now. Oh, he got caught.
Oh no. Oh, you gotta deal with the bugs now. Oh, that's
Yeah,
a painful death.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Really like this though from Spirit. We see Yotoro getting pretty active early. I mean 3-0-1, so the Bristleback's having a really good time, but they recognize
Radiant's bottom
the
tower
Axe is
has
definitely
fallen.
their most powerful hero at this stage in the game. So look to play around him, even without the blink, which collapses still a little bit away from it, but we just see the emphasis they're putting on really trying to play with collapse.
Dire's
Oh,
top
for
tower
sure. My
is
only
under
question
attack.
is, why didn't Beast... Well, he's taking the top tier one. He's got it. And
Dire's top
Tiny...
tower has fallen.
They're trying to connect though.
They're trying, but they're cut off. So
Yeah,
Tiny might
down
be
to-
in...
Arrow. Alright, it's gonna be able to run into Maposhka. Gonna be cautious they don't group up for the core. Collapse finds two of them, but the damage still coming through thanks to the Necrophos. They're able to get rid of the Warlock. Gonna try and turn to Collapse next. We saw what happened last time if you dive underneath the T2 tower. Maybe Rune Eaters can have a different fate this time. Collapse falling lower and lower. I don't think he's going to be able to survive the death pulse, but Weaver still goes down nonetheless.
I think he had Battle Hunger on, so he tried to go in for that last snatch in order to survive, right? But the fortification on the tower just kills him. He gets hit. He was gonna die anyway. But a couple of mistakes there from TSpirit. Or let's not say mistakes from TSpirit, but really well played by Rune Eaters. The Beastmaster was pushing in top, and they rotated Necro and the Marcy so that he cannot be cut off, right, from the dire jungle. Tiny TP's in, they try to cut him off, but in the end they just all die.
With all this going on, we see Hayes really starting to ramp up his farm on the Alchemist. Top of the net worth, kind of to be expected. The Radiance soon to be completed. They're going to try and chase down Mira. Tiny with the Pogo 6 should be able to make it away. But, I mean, are you worried right now for Rune Eaters? Because again, this is an Alchemist lineup. I know he doesn't have this really farming accelerant at the moment without the Radiance completed, but the fact that Spirit have the net worth lead, especially into an Alchemist, is big props to their start of this first game one.
Yeah, it is concerning a little bit. But it is an Alchemist, and once he does get that Radiance, he can definitely pick up the pace and take off, right? Like, separate himself from everyone else and get that lead back to his team. My concern is Yatoro, or Yatoro God, he's already got that Agnims completed.
Sure.
And this Bristle is about to start hurting. Like, with the Ags, you get, on level 2 ulti, you get what, like 200-300 damage? At least?
Radiant are scared.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a pretty big timing here for Spirit as soon as the Blink's completed on Collapse, and after this Creep Wave, he's going to be able to find it. Although I like this item build from Rune Eaters. We see the kind of first item, Wraith Pack from Cloud. You've also got the Spirit Vessel completed on TA2000. It's been one mid lane, Toronto, Tokyo. Nice reactions, just easy jump away.
What's up with all the plyometrics in Dota right now, by the way? Like, we got Zeus jumping, Tumbler Stoy, we got Marcy jumping around, everyone is like, jump, jump. What's up with that?
It's a new addition to the game. We get to see an easy way to close the distance. Honestly, for me, I just see it means more action. Who doesn't like more kills?
Is Ice Rock telling the Dota community that they should do sports more, maybe? No?
Do some, yeah, acrobatics. And maybe he's trying to give, yeah, a little signal off to everyone.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I hate a message in there somewhere. See what they can do with Collapse. He's farming. What's with the boars showing? So Rune Eaters trying to cut off kind of the entrance to this mid lane. Of course, we spoke about both sides. A pretty big timing for them, but it's going to be TSpirit with the smoke. They'll get Cloud as well, so it's a pretty big kill. Of course, they wanted the Necrophos. You'll take a position 3 nonetheless. You might be able to enter this into the T1 tower now, as even your Toro's going to swing on over. Not be able to run into a second target on Rune Eaters, but now with all 5 on Spirit, they should be able to chain this into the T1 tower.
20 seconds. 15. Bristleback might be back. Do they have a... They do have a glyph as well. So perhaps they can mount a defense, but they have to be careful. This should be the first rock used if we get a team fight.
It literally has to be a perfect initiation. You can't group up for a Fatal Bonds. They're going to do so much damage. There we go. The rock's out. Mira's going to jump as well. They're targeting down your Toro. They're unable to burst down the Bristleback for the moment. Rune Eaters still charging towards the middle of the fight. They're going to be onto Toronto, Tokyo. As Zeus is in trouble. Scythe to secure the kill. They can now chain this to Maposhka as well as the Warlock. Not long for this world as Rune Eaters survive the initial jump. And then they can push back TSpirit.
And they can take down that tier 1 tower on their own. Nicely done, really. Plus the double damage. This is perfect. Ooh. Everything is just served on a silver platter for Rune Eaters. Straight into the pit.
Alright.
Nice defense though, right? Like, with the Marcy jumping in, getting the Bristle out of place. Forcing Warlock to kind of use a bad chaotic offering. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't that impactful.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Nice.
First Aegis given over to Rune Eaters. Finally, they're able to find this net worth lead, and the Alchemist Of course, Radiance now already has that second item completed in the Blink Dagger, so it's going to make it that much easier to be able to jump the Zeus. You see, of course, with TeamSpirit, they've got a lot of heroes to just put in front of Zeus and protect him as best as possible. He's really going to be that main damage source, just spamming from the backline. So now with Alchemist having the Blink Dagger, it might make it that much more difficult.
Is there anything big on TeamSpirit that you think will change things? There's that we haven't seen in this last fight. Maybe at the bitter end of it is Mira with the Blink Dagger, right? They have some easier pick-off potential on the side of TeamSpirit, but besides that, I feel that they're unable to fight with the style that they want to be fighting. Put the Bristle up front, follow up with Chaotic Offering, and fight off of that, because Necro is just too damn dangerous. This build with the Vessel plus the Marcy, like, you just put him out of position and you kill him. You don't care about the rock.
Toronto, Jesus. Yeah, it's a really beautiful pick from Ruinators. You see the Necrophos is making this game just that much more difficult. I mean, Tiny, what's going on bottom? Yatoro, he doesn't have anyone else playing behind him. They're starting to beeline towards the Bristleback's location. Mira's going to jump in with a combination, but it's not enough as TA2000 drops a Cyber Collapse. Gets the call. Where's the Vault damage coming out? They don't have it with the dunk. A TA2000 back up in fighting shape. Once again, pushing back TeamSpirit. Looking to occupy Runeator's jungle, but they're unable to do so successfully. And now also Mira chased down inside the river. Man, Runeators came to play in this game one. They're looking really solid through the early game.
They're not messing about at all. By the way, Cloud on top lane. He sees Toronto.
What's Maposhka doing?
What's
going on? Oh, okay. I'm watching a Warlock 19 minutes in behind a T2 tower miss trying to snipe a courier. I don't know how he entered there. I don't know how he found a position to be in that spot.
Do you remember the patch when everyone was just spamming supports behind the tier 1 mid lane?
Yeah. Ugh.
Good times, good times.
What's the play for Spirit now? These are back-to-back fights that they've lost into the ages now. So do you feel like they are in a position where you just have to avoid the next 2 minutes, or do you still feel like they can go head-to-head?
Top tower is under attack.
I feel like TeamSpirit aren't a team that you can ever write off. I've just seen so many wonderful high ground defenses with them, right? Let me toss this question back at you. BKB on Bristle. Yeah, the good old switcheroo. This BKB on Bristle. What do you think? How much will it do? It's huge, right? But
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My concern is they might be able to kite him through Raw. It's going to be interesting to see. Oh, Jesus. What are those reactions, man? What?
yeah,
That's nuts. Oh, my lord. It's picking up the illusion as well, so all these lanes going to be able to get shoved out. So this is going to continue to stall out this Aegis that Runeators are looking to make plays with.
But that's the problem as well, right? Like, you're stalling out against an Alchemist.
Yeah.
It's not truly the position that you want to be in.
It's not like you have a lineup that scales overly well.
You do. It's not bad. Their high ground defense is ridiculous. Again, you have this Zeus, you have Axe to pull you out of position, toss, Warlock.
Carry. Okay. Flexing the early blink. It's also kind of cool that we just saw the rebound. I think it was off the Hawk. Nice little combination up. You know, we've seen the Marcy and kind of everyone's experimenting to see really what those broken kind of combos are, and never would have thought of the Beastmaster to start, but definitely is a cool thing to look at.
Like the Beast, Visage, all these heroes with summons, anything that can go up front. Seems pretty strong. I have to fanboy TeamSpirit a little bit here. They are still finding some farm on the map, and it's not easy. Like, this game, losing only the Warlock there is incredibly good, considering just how constricted they are. They don't have a lot of vision on their side. The outpost on top has been long taken.
are scanning.
Pardon?
Haze, hello? Mira? Mira?
What's going on?
He stunned himself. He TP'd in, started brewing that concoction, but it didn't really work, so Mira is like, okay, hi.
Alright.
It didn't see him
7,000
as
net
well.
worth. So back on the point kind of about the scaling on Spirit. Yeah, I would actually kind of change my stance. I do think late game, I'm concerned about just the bristleback scaling to the Necro is carry again. Onto the Poshka. See how easy it is to be able to start fights with this Marcy. We're just going to try and give Poshka a little bit of breathing room, but should tick out to the damage over time. Another Spirit Vessel is going to be applied. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how your Toro is going to be able to scale, but I really think the big thing is just a team fight on Spirit. Again, the rock into the bonds, collapse being able to jump. Mira's got a way to initiate, but also if as soon as the BKBs are over, then Toronto Tokyo is going to have a free fight.
Yeah, and it's about BKBs on both sides, right? Like you have one on X being completed. I think it's flying over to him right now. BKB on Bristleback in 500 gold. And that's where perhaps TSpirit will be able to mount a comeback. As these BKB fights, you have teams that are a bit more experienced, teams that are a bit less experienced. The more experienced ones can kite you out, can force you to use your BKBs and then fight afterwards. So they aren't afraid to lose a hero in order to do that. That's like that's something that separates
Kind of the T1 and the T2.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you feel like for what are we looking to see for Rune Eaters over the next couple of minutes? Because it feels like we got a bit of break in action without Roche being up, potentially up in a minute. So what's kind of the next game plan for them? Is nice Thunder God's Wrath. Yatora though sort of react, seeing Rune Eaters down bottom. Without the BKB just yet, it's going to try and turn to the side, but the site's still, and without anyone nearby, easy kill into the Bristleback. Spirit, they're still nearby though by the outpost. Collapse is going to look to blow up the weave and then get out under the cover of the BKB, but Cloud instantly puts that to a stop. And they also get Tiny on the left side, so Spirit just bleeding numbers one by one they drop. Mira might be able to blink to get some distance, but Kaori just in the nick of time to put a stop to that.
Damn, he had the blink dagger there. He didn't want to use it. He wanted to get a little bit more towards the lane so that he can blink across. But yeah, really nicely done. Once again by Rune Eaters, just punishing them, punishing Bristleback. It always happens, right? Like you're so close to that BKB top lane. Man, Kaori is on fire.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And this is all without Aetherlands too. So he's blink, of course, but once he gets the lens, it will become even more difficult.
And I mean, Elk is flawless this game, Hayes. 3-0 and 7. The mid Elk Shadowblade completed. Going to be going for AC next. When is Spirit going to be able to deal with this hero? Is there an item they're looking for? Maybe an ideal team fight they're looking for to bring down the Elk?
Sorry, come again?
How is Spirit going to be able to deal with the Alchemist through the mid game?
They do have the damage. It's just that do they have the sustain, right? Like, can they survive through the Necro hitting them? And I believe that they can now. They have the BKBs. The problem, the reason why you asked that is because you never
Collapse? Oh no! The ball is stopping the blink on Collapse. That's going to use his Ollie. But the reinforcements, they're not coming at the moment from Rune Eaters. They're kind of playing to the north instead. So they're going to get nothing out of Beastmaster now for this further skirmish. Could be a bit of a window. They've got the ward on the Howard Gun. They're going to look to jump straight on top of the Necrophos. They'll blow up TA2000. They're going to turn to Marcy next as well. And Hayes is by himself. He's got no backup. He's got no assistance as they surround the Alchemist. And Collapse chops off his head. First death of the game. And now Spirit, look at them hunt for more. Blood in the water. They're thirsty for kills. They won't be able to run into anyone else, but Spirit back in this game off a really solid team fight.
Yeah, Weaver did manage to rescue the gem, so they have that. If they do not kill him, actually, because they know he's around.
Oh, they got what? What was that? It looked like it hit. What was going on?
It definitely did look. Yeah. So Rosh will respawn before Alchemist, and TeamSpirit should be able to secure that one. But did you see that fight? Everything changes so hard once they get the BKBs. They don't care about the necro as long as they have control. They do have the damage. Just if you check Bristleback's plus damage is 350 once he gets all the stacks out. He hits hard.
Does Yatoro ever consider a nullifier this game to deal with the Ghost Shroud? Is that some? I know it's a bit unconventional for a Bristleback, but because you're against the Necro, is that something you're considering?
Perhaps, as your last resort if you really can deal with him, but I don't think that it's not truly a Bristleback item, right?
Yeah.
It's not what you want.
Oh, this is big for the game. The status of this game 1. TeamSpirit down 5,000 gold, but if they're able to get this Roshan, and he's going to pop BKB for it. Look at the space that Mirror provides. Ava on to 3, collapses in as well with the call. But the BKBs protecting Rune Eaters for the moment. They're going to look to retreat to the right side. A lot has been expended for the start of this fight. They'll get rid of the Aegis advantage. Mirror's going to look to jump back in with a combination. Toss, Thunder God's Wrath, all the damage being provided, but they only get Cloud. Rune Eaters, though, going to play this one patiently. I don't think they can stick around for a second round as Arrow should be able to retreat to the south. Yeah, meanwhile, Yatoro is onto TA2000. No way to be able to cancel the Necro TP, so we lose the Aegis on Yatoro. They do get the kill onto Cloud, but I believe the Bristle also found the Aghanim Shard as well.
Yeah, he did. He has the very nice hairball ability now added to him, so that's something that he can use in next fights. Nicely done by Rune Eaters. I thought that was going to go way worse. They kind of did the Delta split straight after Fatal Bonds. They didn't all get caught by Chaotic Offering and Axe running in. They brought Bristleback down low enough so that they can just sight him and delete him from the fight. But that's also as he used the BKB on his zone, right? It's also pre-planned by Yatoro. He used the BKB so that he can finish the rush, so that he can get the Aegis without being contested.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that it's not just BKB on Rune Eaters that is really important. It's also Spirit, their BKBs as well. So I think it's just a game that we're going to put a lot of emphasis on BKBs through these fights. And of course, with the 15-second cooldown being added to it, it's going to make it that much more difficult for both Spirit and Rune Eaters. They have to be very picky with their fight selection.
Both sides, really. On one side, you have Necro, dishing a ton of damage if you don't have the BKBs. On the other, you have Zeus, even more damage.
Great positioning, Mira. Great positioning. Pops a smoke. Gets on out. Doesn't even come at a cost at his own life. And meanwhile, look at everything. Top lane pushed in. So it's going to force them back eventually. Bottom lane's getting shoved in as well. So they've got a bit of map control for Spirit to work with. And well, they're going to smoke themselves.
It's a smoke without Chaotic Offering, though. So if they can set up a camp in the enemy jungle, perhaps, or in the enemy triangle, as they do know that their jungle is occupied, right? They know 100% where Rune Eaters are. Oh,
Yatoro got the goddamn Paladin sword.
Yep, yeah, that's incredibly strong on him.
What have we here?
You see this? Exactly what we mentioned. Set up camp in the enemy jungle, cut off the tier 2 tower perhaps. You get control of your own triangle that way too. And you'll be ready to fight once Chaotic Offering is up, which it is right now.
It'd be ideal if Spirit were able to get bot pushed in, just so eventually it would force Rune Eaters back to protect an objective, and then maybe... Because you just mentioned, like, Rune Eaters, they have this top jungle completely warded. That's where they want to be fighting. Well, for Spirit, they've got bottom warded. So you want to take a fight around that location. If you have a lane that's shoved in and you win a team fight, then you can lead it into an objective or maybe into high ground. So I feel like eventually we're probably going to see them try and get that lane shoved out.
Yeah, and usually when you're in this situation, you'd rather be on Rune Eater's side as you're closer to Rosh. But that doesn't matter as Rosh will not respawn in a really long time. So it's kind of a stalemate right now. It's two guys just measuring each other out, right? But not really ever hitting.
seeing who the true Giga Chat is.
Yeah, exactly. Just,
Radiant's bottom
it's a
tower is under attack.
pushing
Radiant's
contest at the
bottom
moment.
tower has fallen.
Arrow
They do
on
have the
top lane. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say they do have the Silver's Edge. I think that's going to be really important for them to help bring down this Bristleback and even just mitigating a lot of the damage from
Radiant's
Collapse
bottom
if they need to
tower
use
is
it for the
under
axe.
Yeah, for sure. It buffs up the damage of Alchemist, right? His damage output grows significantly with that small crit, so it's helpful. This game is way closer than I expected it to be, by the way.
Well, is there any timing that you feel like Rune Eaters are going to be able to pick up shortly that could just edge them over in the next team fight? Because like you said, it's just both sides kind of standing around, getting a little bit of farm. I mean, Hayes is still top of the net worth, but it's getting to the stage where, the other carries are going to be able to combat versus the Alchemist. So what are we looking kind of for Rune Eaters next?
Yeah, I'm looking at some items that they're buying. Arrow, for me, is probably the most interesting one. He's going into an Axe. Like, once you get that tag, and then suddenly the way you play
Radiant's
team
bottom
fights
tower is
shifts,
under
right?
attack.
Like, you have to focus the Weaver, or he saves someone. And also, Weaver has to no longer be sacrificial. He just has to be that guy that jumps in, saves the target, gets out. It could be a big deal. For Rune Eaters, at least.
Look at this. Oh no, Mira, don't TP. Okay, Yutoro's going to show as well. Hayes was considering about jumping Collapse. Kind of both sides was a really awesome player, kind of doing the exact same thing. Top lane, they were baiting Arrow on the creep wave, seeing if a support was going to jump, and then mid lane as well, we saw Spirit doing the same thing, baiting Collapse there. So both sides not in a position just yet where they want to take another big team fight. We did kind of see the smokes from a couple minutes ago from both Rune Eaters and TSpirit, so more than likely they're going to be holding their next smokes for that third Roche.
Such a positional gameplay right now. From that chaos, like, I think we had the culmination of the game in the laning stage, right? and this is just now winding off slower and slower.
Sets us up for a beautiful third Roche fight. Really the one that I thought the second Roche was going to tell the story of this game. I mean, the fact that they're able to get rid of the Aegis pretty early on, but definitely this third Roche with how incredibly close this game is. Tier 2000. Stuff able to get out of the range of the axe. They do have this top lane that's continuing to be shoved in. Hayes is setting up on Toronto Tokyo. Is he going to go for it?
He's deep now.
He's going to might be forced to pop the BKB, but collapses in. A lot of damage to start the fight. Hayes finally going to get the magic immunity out. It's able to give him some breathing room thanks to the Raw. Retreat is there. I don't know if you can continue to take this fight. You can't double back on the higher ground with Chemical Rage and BKB being on cooldown.
Do you think that maybe Mira should have rocked?
It's a hard call.
I think, like, because upheaval doesn't do anything. They have BKBs, but you do force out the BKB. So I guess it's one of those. Why risk it for a big win if you can get the small one and play off of that, right? Like, just one step at a time.
Well, surely you smoke now, right? On Spirit, and yeah, they're going to do just that. You know, again, BKB is ever important for both sides this game, so knowing that Alchemist doesn't have this BKB, they don't have any vision though, which is the big concern. There's Hawks, there's Wards, there's everything they would need. Collapse gets the taunt.
What?
What? Okay, Mira's able to get the combination out regardless. Down to the right. We're throwing the Bristleback. The Rock is huge from a post, but they're already able to secure the kill onto the carry. And now Rune is swarming into the middle, but they might lose their Alchemist. It's Collapse. Cuts down the carry once again. And now they can turn all their attention to Tier 2000, but maybe they've used the damage. Maybe they don't have anything in the arsenal to deal with the Necro. As it looks like that's going to be the case. Forced up the reposition on Mira, but Carry is already back in with the combination. Toronto Tokyo can't do anything. As Mira drops for another time in TSpirit. And really awkward start there with the call, but looks like it will be a 3-for-3 nonetheless.
Do you think he was as confused as we were?
But what just happened? I've never seen that.
I've never seen that before as well. Was he blocked? Like, was his pathing blocked or something? Because he moved away. He was called and he started moving away.
I'm like,
It's yeah. That's it's small indie company. It's fine.
in a game. Yeah,
It happens, yeah.
Come on, man. It's a beta game. Leave it alone. We're waiting for Dota 3.
Of course. But you were mentioning one item, and he does have it queued up, or he did have it queued up on the Bristol pack. That's the nullifier. Did he decide not to get it in the end?
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw it queued up as well. Where?
I was about to
He's
praise
going
you. I was
Lincolns.
about to. I was about to
well,
say.
I mean, I saw it queued up, so I'm like, all right, it gives me some confidence that I'm not too silly. But no, they feel the importance of the Lincolns this game. Both Yatoro and also Toronto Tokyo going down this route.
I was gonna say, look at this young Aussie caster predicting all the items.
Hang on, Rune is E2000. They might be able to blow him up once again. Look at the damage coming out. The Necrophos not as survivable as what he was earlier in this game. Rune Eaters, can they re-enter the fight? Hayes is all the way on the back line. Wait, they're gonna see him. They have the dust and he's running under the ward, so they see the Alex location. They're beelining it to Hayes. Oh, Radiance toggled off, so they won't be able to see the burn. Collapse might find you. No way. Is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it. They see him. What are you doing, Hayes? You can't BKB. TP's on cooldown. It will not matter. There's no escape for the Alchemist. Roche is up as well, so this might be a free third Roche for TSpirit.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Like, why did he stay there? Why didn't he blink? He didn't blink because on the left there's a cliff, right? And that cliff is usually warded, so you don't really want to go there. You're predicting that they will check that spot, but TSpirit, they're like bloodhounds. They can smell you. Straight into the pit, like you said. He does have a buyback, but I don't think you use it. And this is where the game becomes very difficult for Rune Eaters. It's even Refresher Shard. You can give it to either the Zeus or the Warlock. I think on Warlock it's amazing.
Arrow? He will be able to TP up.
Roshan has fallen
So let's
to
see.
the dark.
Good time to fight.
Shard given over to Collapse.
For now, let's see. Now to the Zeus.
Dire's
Come on.
structures
One
are
last time. Give it to
fortified.
Warlock.
Cowrie?
Radiant's courier has been
Oh.
killed.
Oh, the jukes.
Oh,
the jukes.
I didn't know the man had the jukes like that.
Breaking some ankles.
All
Dire's
right,
bottom
love
tower
to
is
see
under
it.
attack.
This
Yeah,
is
this was such a simple one, right? Like that U-turn and that's it.
Radiant's top tower is
man.
under attack.
I just scratch my head sometimes when I get juked. I'm like, oh no. I hope the teammates weren't watching. All right,
Level
what do we got?
25, by the way, Bristle. Look
Yeah.
at that damage.
Oof. Oof.
Just
Filthy
plus
stuff.
650. It's okay, not a lot.
Ugh, Yatoro. Penta Edge Sword as well. BKB Backpack. What is this? And you were saying you're a fan of the Bristleback, and we'll see how he's going to continue to shape up. They have proved, though, multiple times on Spirit that they can blow up this Necrophos. Not an easy game at the moment now for Tier 2005 deaths. On the carry for Rune Eaters. The BKB is going to be the next item of choice. Do you feel like this is... Is it going to be enough here for the Necro?
Yeah, not sure.
Damage.
It's a decent option. I was expecting maybe a Shivas with that extra plate mill that he has, but a BKB definitely will be helpful against the Zeus. One question I have is...
Oh, I'm just watching Yatoro just smack down towers with his DD.
Yeah.
What?
Radiant
Hey!
structures are fortified.
Oh, what
What
is
did I
that?
say? What did I say?
Oh, mirrors in.
Radiant's middle tower is
Nice
under
reactions from
attack.
TA 2000. Kai's gonna toss him back. He's being able to charge up the unstable concoction, but Collapse as well. He's in with a combination. It might be
Necro.
enough. Look at the combo out. TA 2000 is in trouble for the moment. Stuck inside the double Nimbus, a force 3 position. But Yatoro is just hunting, swarming to the back line, past the T4 towers. As a Bristleback does not give a damn at this stage in the game.
That's just silly. That amount of damage is illegal.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
And by the way, Necro even got saved. He went from 100 to like 10%, then back to 100 because of the Weaver Agonims. And he still died in a couple of seconds afterwards. And that's a Necro. That's not an easy hero to kill. They still do it.
Yeah, buybacks. This is... You go T4s? You can't take the full mega creeps. Do you poke and prod for this?
You could, or you could just go and play it safe. Take the triangle like you're drawing.
Safe.
Yeah, like I'm disappointed as well, man. Like, it's a disgrace to the Slav style of Dota. But it's definitely the proper way to play, so move back. They still have that Aegis to work with for another 2 minutes.
Reset. Get the lanes in a position. We can go for that last lane. Whoa, who's the elk giving the scepter to?
Dire are scanning.
He has he bought an axe, yeah?
Yeah, what's the play?
Give it to Necro, I suppose.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like that's going to be the case. All right, tier 2000 now. As a scepter, this is... We'll see how much it's really going to help out. He's very much been struggling. There's a Wind Waker. Look at this hiding from mirror. So the Scythe now, it feels like Rune Eaters just have to commit and blow one hero up. You know, jump in with the Roar, the Scythe, the Alchemist as well, but having a Wind Waker is not going to make that a possibility.
Yeah, if you have Lincoln's Wind Waker Aegis on Bristleback, he will just run in straight up.
Hang on, Haze. Here's TSpirit entering the base, toss away for the reinforcements, and he will not have an opportunity to get the Chemical Rage off, as now TSpirit can easily swing to this top lane.
Okay, Ares, give me the amount of damage that Zeus dealt this game, approximately.
Radiant's top
Guess.
Oh, wait, hang on. We'll do it at the end. Oh, couple right clicks. Almost gets rid of calories. Live with the buyback. Coming out along with the Scythe. Collapse. We're able to secure the kill on the Axe, but hang on a second. Alchemist. Oh, the last second time lapse. Enough to keep alive for the moment. TSpirit retreating out the base, but Postcard fed to the walls. But can they get anyone else as Cloud hits on the attack? Trying to chase down Toronto Tokyo. They don't get the stun, unfortunately, for the Alchemist. So TSpirit, they should all make it out.
Aegis has been reclaimed, and Axe does not have a buyback. So, can they do anything with this? Probably not, but they need to start by de-pushing these lanes. Outpush bottom, outpush mid. And, by the way, I just love your optimism. When I asked you about Zeus, I was kind of considering the game to be already over. But they do defend. It cost them a lot of buybacks, though.
And what do they got left? One on the Necro, one on the Weaver as well. It doesn't seem like they're really in a position. Did you just...
Yeah,
Did you brave high ground?
Yeah, Necro just bought out, so he doesn't have a... He doesn't have that buyback any longer, too. Do you go high ground? Perhaps. Maybe you can try and get some pick-offs, catch TSpirit off guard. But it's just so difficult. Like you said, they have so many saving items.
It's just the, I guess, experience from TSpirit, making sure that they don't bleed another kill. That's what Rune Eaters are looking for, just another pick-off. A couple of mistakes from Spirit, but they're making sure they group up inside their base, giving them that possibility. They'll wake up with, they'll wait until they have 5, get the lanes shoved out naturally from the super creeps, and Rune Eaters, unfortunately, will lose kind of their only control they have around some observer wards. So, yeah, nice slow play from Spirit.
The way they go out of the base as well. All together, outpushing that one lane that they need to outpush anyway. Super disciplined. This game still is very volatile. Like, if a Necro gets a good Reaper sight, you never know. They might even turn it. I'm looking at...
Yeah,
is there something big that's coming? There isn't truly for Rune Eaters because of all the buybacks, right? Like, they can't get these next items.
Yeah, oh, alright, we've got a smoke. They're under the water at the moment. Hang on. Gonna lose the vision.
Alchemist.
Nice scan, Spirit. Able to read this. Look at the Hawk for the moment. Some information for Rune to play with. Look at Dire hauling themselves up on the higher ground thanks to the Observe Ward, making it very difficult for Rune to enter this location. Bottom's getting shoved in as well, so that's a big wave. Hang on a second. Jesus. T2000's going to show down bottom, and now this should give Spirit. Instantly you see them, as soon as they see the Necro, they're going to sweep top, try and D-ward, get rid of any little bit of control that Rune Eaters were able to play with, and now they should be hauled back up by their triangle. You need to fight around wards now for Rune Eaters if there is any possibility of you finding a good fight.
Yeah, very well put. If you want to have any chance of winning the team fights, you need to set up some vision and fight around that. You do have a Beastmaster, and the Hawks are definitely helpful. The only question is, what will TSpirit do? Will they attack you right now, or will they wait for that rush to respawn?
Wrap around. They've got the Hawk. They see Toronto, Tokyo. Again, not able to get the jump, so I do not believe that Dire are able to... Actually, Arrow just got a D-ward. Alright. So there's actually a decent amount of control for Rune Eater's top, but again, the issue is this bottom lane's continuing to be shoved out, and they don't really have the easiest way for someone to clear this and then instantly connect with the team.
It's always like that. This is... like, a long time ago, losing two sides was considered as losing the game, pretty much. As next rush is extremely easy for the enemy team to take. They just have the map control always. If you don't def, someone can even go there and rat you a little bit, so it becomes increasingly difficult to stay on the map. And look at this, you see, they're even expecting this move on Rune Eaters. They're drawing, like, be careful, Alchemist, they're gonna do the same thing, they did it before.
Yeah, again, I cannot stress the importance of as soon as someone shows bottom, that Spirit are going to do the same thing they did before, where they just invade the jungle and then D-ward.
Or go to pit, the moment rush respawns, right? Like, and that's it, like, you can't keep... you're just way too stretched, and you can't keep control of both of these sides of the map.
And this is a concept that a lot of teams, especially OG at TI, with kind of their illusion-based heroes, just waves. Waves are so incredibly important for vision, for map control. It really is. It's a ward in itself, and you see how important it is for Spirit to be able to control the map now. I mean, Rune Eaters, they just cannot get out.
That's a good way of... It's a moving ward, right? That's just constantly giving vision. Plus it attacks, there's 5 of them. One ranged for melee. It's pretty strong. Anything else? Any extra details about about the lane creeps? All the data you never needed. 61 piercing damage on the super range creep.
Yeah, you got some crazy facts, Muriel. Oh no, this is not good. Tier 2000 tossed away from the team. They're gonna drop the Nimbus as well on the entry to the higher ground, but a nice 4-staff. Necro is gonna be okay for the moment. Roshan is up though. Yatoro, well, he's forced him. They got to do something here, Rune Eaters. You cannot let this go for free. It's falling fast, man.
Yeah.
It's falling fast. Yatoro again, just a BKB to try and secure it. Kaori's going to jump in. Wasn't able to get any of the components. Quick fingers on Spirit.
That was like a piñata. Everyone just jumping in, taking as much candy as they can and bailing afterwards. Who's got what?
Collapse got the scepter, refresher shard as well, and double cheese in the backpack.
Okay. I'd still like to see the refresher on Poshka. Let that man double rock. Come on. You won't even use it. Like, it's... Yeah. But double BKB, double everything. Oh,
wow.
Roar.
Where's the follow-up? He's going to try and jump, but... Under the cover of the Glimmer Cape, Collapse is going to be okay. Now Rune Eaters, they've showed their hand. Jumping the lane for the moment, but haven't gotten the perfect initiation. Gotta respect TSpirit as they are swarming into TH2000's area. Lotus Orb protecting for the moment. time lapse at the last second as well. Necrophos back up to full resources, but every single ability getting dropped to get rid of the Necro's life. And now they can look to chain this into more kills. TA2000 is going to buy back to work with, but soon they won't have an Alchemist. Down for 2 minutes as TSpirit looking to start to pillage the base. A defensive use of the BKB, and he will get nothing out of his collapse. Drags him straight back into the grasping hands of the lads on Dire. Be cautious, though, TA2000, he's charging in the middle. Forza further out to the right side. There's nothing they can do as TSpirit. A slow, methodical closeout from the reigning champions as Collapse inside the fountain. It's time for some celebratory kills. Get the kills stacking up. Turn the back, Gitoro. Oh, there's still no damage. Oh no, is that the Wind Waker defensively? Get him out. Friends, give him the cheese. They're unable to do so, but it will not matter. Collapsing again. What was that? Oh, that's a call to make you feel really good about yourself. You get the victory and a call to close out this game. It's not done just yet. What's going on? It's the third and this game won. What a chaotic close for the start of our first series, but in the end it will be Spirit finding game 1.
Yeah, we had that small little part of the game in which everything was very calm before the storm, because yeah, the ending was definitely very climatic. I just love that Collapse. By the way, before I see the scoreboard, I say like 90,000 damage from the Zeus, maybe
I'll say 73.
Let's say 73. 100,000 damage done. I was holding myself back there. I didn't want to go 100. I'm like, okay, 90. It sounds more reasonable. Like insane.
I do again want to give props though to the losing team. Runeda's unable to take it, but you're against the reigning champions. This is a team that's also been struggling. They found a series victory again over Mind Games, but there was a big stage of this game where they were very competitive, and we saw there was a window for them to take it. And I always like to look at teams and their mentality and kind of their perspective on a game. If they can just avoid some of the bad sides, of course you bring them up and work on them as a team. But if you can head into game 2 just recognizing the positives and the things you did well, then maybe they can come in with a clean slate with a perfect draft, and they can definitely take it against TSpirit.
Yeah, this game, they came close, I would even say. It looked really good for them until that crucial moment with the BKBs hit. The moment the BKBs are there, the team fight, you can sense the experience that TSpirit have got over Rune Eaters. It just felt a little bit cleaner from them. They take those BKBs, they play cleaner fights, they're not afraid of Necro, and they close that one out. Like you said, props to Rune Eaters, they really put up a good fight.
That they did, but in the end it will be TSpirit finding out game 1 victory 52 minutes in. We'll find out if they're able to ride this momentum into game 2.